Yeah, Grimgore has been consistently the hardest / worst, however you want to label that, enemy in most of these games. All right, so we're gonna help Burke with Grimgore. Karak Vrag is... Oh no, I fought all over for these locations previously with the other character.
Where are you anyway on the map?
So I am west into the blasted wastes, and so I am... Are you able to see Blizzard Peak, Gorger Rock, or Ice Pure?
I think I see your...
I see the challenge stone. It's within sight of me now. I'm basically right outside Black Fang and the Eagle's Eyries, if you can see that far out of his territory.
I do. Yeah, I see all that.
Swanee, thank you for the 3 months. Really appreciate that. Welcome back. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you.
Eagle's Eyries should be fine, but the other stuff outside of that is...
Man, this is a four territory province too. Both delicious and a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Whoa, Pyro Puppies, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Good to see you.
Yeah, I guess it is, wasn't it? Well, I guess we're gonna find out if I'm gonna survive this next attack. If he attacks,
look on the bright side. You're getting so much EXP fighting Grimgore. Like, you're actually probably leveling your army like crazy.
75% chance to ambush.
Is it 75% chance to ambush, or is it spotting?
Nothing happened. Okay, went right over. Guess he didn't attack. Coward. He sees you, and he's like, oh shit.
Pyro Puppies, thanks for keeping us in mind, bud. Yeah, we're playing with Burke.
My face down there, but we're doing a pincher movement. The Dwarven Conclave pinching you.
The famous Chaos Dwarf Rope-a-Dope.
Looks like, who the hell is this? Just past the Eagle Place, right?
I'm about to arrive there.
To the well, I don't know how you have your map oriented, but
oh man, that's kind of close. I'm gonna turn all my problems. See, I have Saber Mountain, so Ice Spear is very interesting to me. So he's over at Ice Spear, you said? If he's at Ice Spear, then he's literally sharing territory with me, basically. That's gonna come to a head, I'm sure.
Yo, pincer movement. We're gonna pincer them in. It's a pincer attack.
I do not see him, though. Man, I would think that if he was in Ice Spear, I'd have line of sight to that. Can't be line of sight, 15% on this general. Yeah, there he is. I see him now. Okay.
That's what I said too, bud. Bud.
He's got a full banner, too. I could build an army and begin moving it in. There. I haven't gotten any upkeep or any unit increasing tech yet. I've been stockpiling and saving everything. Sorry, I'm just getting ready to. So I'm being this close to him. If I'm going to declare war on him, I'm going to make sure that I can actually.
Was it on that whole time?
Oh, I didn't hear a word that you were saying, so I kept
Okay.
talking to you and you wouldn't answer. So I went to your stream to look at what you were doing, and your voice changer was on, and I was just watching your chat go.
Listen, I'm not used to having such nice toys such as the Rodecaster Pro 2. So like I leave voices on every now and then. My chat enjoys it when I forget it, which happens more than I should. Out of curiosity, though,
Does it work in Discord?
I don't know if it actually has it set up or not. So it's I don't understand why, but like when I do like the censorship sound effects and stuff like that, it seems to work. But when I do voice changer, it doesn't. What's the voice changer I'm using? Well, it's not a voice changer. It's the Rodecaster Pro 2 with.
Can't you order like an ally now to follow your army or something like that?
I don't know if it's quite like that. Yes, the corn. I got the demon offer that you got last time. Casualty replenishment, melee defense +8. This is gonna be important because we're gonna be. Oh man, barrier hit points +500 though. It's pretty sweet to have in a regular fight. I'm actually gonna go with the barriers, I think. Helman Gorst has been destroyed.
Man, I got Grimgore out here on his own.
Where is he right now?
He's just in front of me.
But like I don't have sight to him
Ice
anymore. He's at
Ice Spear.
He's still at Ice Spear.
Yeah, he's at Ice Spear, but okay, where you're looking at Okay, you see that that crossroad right in the middle?
Oh man, so he's actually coming down towards me right now. So he's on the other side of Eagle's Eries, isn't he? Then.
He's way on the other side of like Eagle. Okay, go back to where you were looking at Ice Viewer. Okay, so
He's going around this way, right?
He's to the right of that mountain, like right there at the tip.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right there,
I'm
right
right
in
down
there.
here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm getting
I
ready to
think-
move in, but my actual army itself is still mostly hobgoblins. What's your plan for like? So how do we want to take down Grimgor? What do
I
you?
said the disciples of Hashat.
Yes. A temporary truce for a common enemy.
We also perhaps this is something on the plate that you would be interested in as well. Considering this is a great endeavor for all of dwarf.
Yes, let us bring about a new age of prosperity.
Yeah, I'm right there. On
Okay.
So I could intercept him. I won't have Kolek for this fight. But Grimgor by himself, no Wa, and I don't think that army's that tough.
Okay. Well, I'll start by coming in to take his stuff right here then. I will... War declared. In solitude. I'm in it to win it now, Burke.
Oh, on Grimgor. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, not on you.
Hey, you never know, all right?
Okay. Okay.
It says Pyrrhic Victor Migor.
So here's the thing. It depends on one, if you care about time. Two, if you think that his second banner is going to be able to come in and punish you from the losses you might take.
Kolek is right there.
Does he have a full banner? Oh, I see him
About
actually.
75. Yeah,
About 75. And Blizzard Peak's got like an 80% banner. Ice Spewer is in March stance, so they're not recruiting. It's one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to take the auto because you fought Grimgor a bunch of times already at this point.
This is like epic story.
It is epic story stuff, though.
Yeah. So we gotta fight it. We got it. You got it. Yeah, Fairlight had to go. Well, again, I don't blame Fairlight. He dark and darker. They just
Twitch
think they're
sent me an
alpha,
email
and
asking
quite
me if
honestly,
I
this is
enjoyed
the last
Tangent,
time
so
you'll
I
see
should
it.
sub to him. Oh my goodness.
Legal
Sorry,
battle
Barg. I
going
didn't
on,
send
so-
anything out like that. I'm sorry that they're doing that. The Battle of Ice Spewer. So, are you attacking the city?
I'm attacking him.
Okay.
So he may. No, he won't because I have artillery. It's going to come get me.
Yeah, he's got to come to you. A lot of these fights would be different, maybe, if he had his Doom Diver still. His AI would be doing some interesting stuff.
Do some sneaky stuff, Tangent. I'm gonna set up like, dude, this looks absolutely perfect for me. Just set up right here and bombarding, you know?
Oh, are you looking to do the retreat thing again?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm going to kill him. The line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the far back
Here.
area. So you're talking about up at this
Yeah,
bottleneck.
that's a good
Okay.
choke right there, don't you think? You know, maybe because I think he's gonna come for me.
I wonder how long ago he lost the Wa. Probably when we killed him the first time.
Honest to goodness, as soon as it was my turn, it said Wah had failed. I don't know if it was his or not, or somebody else random's Wah. I don't know, but it said Wah failed.
I've heard that when the AI controls the greenskin faction, that it doesn't obey the proper cooldown rules for having a Wa, and will get it quicker than a player can.
That's not fair. Shit, what the hell were these dummies doing way over there? I'll put these guys like...
I'll go up on the ridge and make sure they don't come around this way.
Fine with doing whatever. I'm assuming that he's gonna charge down. Doesn't like he has like a couple archers. Maybe you can kill those for me or something.
I can try.
No. This is just his army right now.
Oh,
That's
is
it.
he really gonna just sit there? You have siege gear.
I'm okay with that. I will just.
Oh, but you're within range though. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it when it bursts into the the extra thing.
Yeah, it's freaking cool, isn't it? I don't see any black ones, so. He's not even moving his wolf riders.
I'm honestly very surprised that he hasn't advanced just immediately because of the siege gear.
The AI is broken in the game right now?
Maybe in some instances. I mean, they're attacking my archers over here. Wait, didn't we even have some of the difficulties turned up?
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
There we go. Usually they have
Why
to
did
take
it
a...
switch.
I mean, in previous versions of the game, they would wait to get hit a couple of times before they would do it. My goodness, it's looking like he might just funnel in completely. I was concerned that he might go around your
That's coming after the wolves riders. It's the nasty stalkers.
Yep.
Don't forget about the other guys. Gits.
Yeah, I got them on skirmish mode a bit. Okay, here you go. Get ready to light them up.
Lighting things up.
Woohoo!
Hobgoblin attack! That's out!
Wolf riders broke through.
Yes, God! Hey! Waddle over there! Give me that! Great time!
Getting into combat, warm the units of archers.
Get Scott! Ah! Drago's kicks!
Oof.
Vara! Kazunka!
This time, Grimgor
Saddle
dies.
kicks! Drangi, boys!
Did you kill him?
No. We're going to.
Hobgoblin attack! Blah! Takamagos! Laser the stock! Sneak its upgrade! Shank
Okay.
him, Hobgoblin!
So satisfying using the blunderbuss on characters.
Villas, we duck a Kazongus gits! Bastak! This was, boys! Dumlet, Clayus this was!
Get those trolls! Grimgor into the goblins. So it's looking like Grimgor's got his unbreakable trait.
No, no! Gosh damn it.
Uh-oh.
Turns like I can't get him away from these guys. He just turns around and just starts wrecking them.
He is doing the one thing he knows how to do well.
They're at it's like everything knows that right now the only thing that can stop him are these damn rifle guys.
Yep.
This guy in position. Oh my gosh. Now my hero is being harassed by some stupid shit.
Your goblin.
Yeah, I totally.
Oh, Grimgor's breaking. I guess he's got the army casualties. Okay.
Alright, now slow this shit down because I want him dead.
It shouldn't really be possible for him to get away, I would say, at this point. You want him to hurt. Oof. Ooh. He just looks so... Even in fleeing, he looks menacing. A once very proud orc. Hey, Render, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Everything in the book. All at once.
Yeah. Just eat shit, Grimgor. Spawn a damn fire tornado on him as well. Literally anything I can. Oh my gosh.
I'll be back.
That was a bad turn of events there for my flame thing.
Oh, did it just go in and get your guys?
Yay. Die, you bastard.
Down he goes.
Grimgor is down. He's done. Close. Instead
Good
of
job.
Pyrrhic, I got close.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a better result then.
Dropped literally everything I had on
I
him.
thought for a little bit when he initially got through the front line, I thought there may have been a little bit of trouble coming up, but you did great. So I should make my way to Gorger Rock and Ice Spewer. Domitage Baz the Pure. There we go. Start working on that.
Press on, friend.
We'll see what Grimgor's faction does. He still's got a few banners standing over here. Only one of his banners are recruiting at the moment, though. Are these his only territories? Is this it?
Yeah.
These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna be a little sad to see Grimgor go. Love like everything from Jaws to Sharknado.
That's great. All right. Well, Firefly's fantastic.
I already saw Serenity though, ahead of it, but
That's okay.
years
I did
ago.
too. Why was this canceled?
It was because of apparently they aired it in the wrong order and in a bad time. Something extreme like that. You gonna go for Ice Spewer? Oh, I'm surprised I can't jump over there to Ice Spewer. Excuse me.
I guess Kolek killed them. I don't know.
He's gonna break it up. He's gonna take my buildings.
Your empire crumbles.
Move him.
Okay. Since that threat is kind of left, I'm gonna kick out this general. Okay. Have I built the prototype mega mortars? I have before, yes. I really enjoy them so far. I would say that they're clawing their way up into one of my favorite factions. I don't think there's literally any other Chaos Dwarf characters, though, that they could do from a codex. I think this may have been all of them.
Yeah. I remember seeing people complain about that. Like, only three damn lords? And I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, I don't think they got a lot, man.
Like, the Tomb King's codex, when I played, only literally had 2. There's only 2. Like, before 9th edition came out, at least. Like, the Scarab Prince wasn't even a character back then. Prince Apophos or something.
Codex 9th edition, what game was he playing? All this stuff is based off the original board game.
Warhammer Fantasy. Speaking of just board games in general, have you ever played like Hero Quest, like the Games Workshop's little board
yeah,
game?
I played. Yeah, I played here. I have Hero Quest.
I was too young to really play it when I had it as a kid, or to understand it at all. But really,
So,
just like not fun or tedious,
Yeah,
or
he likes wargaming. It's D&D, and it's more D&D like, and he loves wargaming. Oh, which reminds me, there is a sixth game that I completely forgot about. And that 5 that I told you
Yeah.
that we're doing board games, right? There's one more, and it's a big one, and I forgot. Flames of War.
okay.
That's a World War II miniature war game.
I've seen that one. That was the only other game other than Warhammer that was really popular at our local gaming store.
Yep.
But it's like
We have
smaller
entire
scale
armies.
though, right? Like
smaller
the
scale,
tanks
'cause
are
they-
like smaller than micro machines.
No.
Or around that size.
No. They're not that small.
Or Hot Wheels.
A
Hot Wheels, I mean.
little bit bigger than a Hot
Wow,
Wheels.
micro machines. That takes me back. I don't know where that reference came from. Might be worth it. Never know. They're also bought with different currencies. Chat, we got to take Blizzard Peak before he does. He took Ice Spewer. What is my #1 capital? My original one, I would say Uzkulak. Zorn Uzkul is the territory. Okay. Have I ever heard of Heroescape? Heroescape was a cool game too. That was like the one where you build the hex grid with terrain. I've actually been working on a tabletop game of my own that we're gonna be using Hero Forge and kind of like Tailspire to kind of like simulate that sort of thing. But like Heroescape was sort of like Warhammer Skirmish light in a lot of ways. Have you ever played that one, Burke?
Can't say I have, no.
It's a pretty cool one.
I need a tools.
Up and over to here as we tear apart Grimgore Ironhide's once prolific kingdom.
And Kolek is here to help.
Hey
Hey guys! You wanna join the party, huh? We gonna kill Grimgore now? Oh, this is great. Here to help out.
Great stuff. We're gonna have to do like a little mini crusade over to Kemri at some point. Just hop on some boats. Just shoot some skeletons with fire. We've got Gorger Rock, Black Fang, and Karak Vrag. And Karak Vrag is his capital fortress remaining. It's actually a capital building too.
You have Path to the East, you have 2 of the buildings for this promise, so I'm just gonna give you Ice Viewer.
What do you want in return for it?
Literally,
That's awfully nice of you. I wasn't expecting. You don't want to just give it to me.
It makes sense, right? Because like, why
Yeah.
break up the province? It'd be annoying.
I will remember this kindness, unless you have a price that you want for it. We could maybe divide up Grimgore's territories as we see fit. I just don't want Kolek to run around claiming stuff at the moment because that would cause some problems.
We'll sort this out. Let's just finish what we started, and we'll sort this out after.
Sure. Friend.
I could use the restroom. Right back. Be right back.
I'm gonna do the same then. Be right back, chat. Back.
Go back, buddy. Time to make myself a little drinky drink.
Oh, so you got the fancy microphone. You
Yeah.
just go everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the market for some new tech. I might want to talk to you about your microphone setup.
Bad news is that my tech is apparently old tech. Sure has changed their entire wireless, so they don't even offer what I have.
Oh man, so it's Old Faithful for you right now, basically.
Yeah, until I find something. Yeah, I've been looking. I know I need to advance from Shure and look for
So
other
question,
brands, but
like, you had the earpiece that had the really like almost ear swab sized microphone, right?
I'm still using that.
Is that the one that like Man vs. Game used for years?
I have no idea. The only thing I knew about this is like I was convinced because like when singers on, and I know the singers in like different.
Yeah, you got to figure
Hardware
that they
in the
know
back.
exactly what they're doing if they're using those.
Yeah. So I wanted to find a mic that goes attached to your head because I like to get up and walk around and do shit on stream, you know. And the one that I'm using is apparently used by singers on stage.
Sure.
Now I don't have all their back end audio equipment, but worked out. By the way, we're waiting on.
Oh, waiting on me? I'm sorry.
I didn't know if you noticed it.
No, my bad. Okay. There we go. You got my cat just showed up. Hi, Mo.
Yeah, that's what. Hi, Mo.
Momo's my cat.
I know.
Princess.
I know all about Momo.
She had her a little nose surgery recently.
How'd that
and
go?
really, really well. You know, she had one when she was younger, and doctors didn't think they would be able to like do stuff at that time. But like she's breathing like so much better now. You know, being a squish-faced animal. So it's been really good. It's been like a real second lease on life, I suppose. Like she was already breathing pretty good before, but we you know, it's always just nice when you just notice that you make a quality of life improvement like that.
Yeah. Now, does Momo, she a lap cat?
Very snuggly. Yeah, she's in my lap right now, actually. Got her on camera. She's very snuggly. She has like hilariously random spurts of energy. And she's definitely a very comedic animal when you see her like making her snorts and her noises and when she's bounding around. She snuggles up at night. Like she'll get in the bed, and if your arm is out, she'll literally like curl into the crook of your arm and snuggle you through the night.
I've never been much of a cat person. I've always been like the.
I like both, but I've always had like a soft spot for cats for whatever reason. Just always. So what's
It's like I'd be very picky about a cat. Like I look at Cream and Ash, and they have Jupiter, and I'm always like, why? Like the cat is like so anti everything, you know. It only cares about you when it wants to eat. Otherwise, it's sitting
it really
up top
depends.
in a
So
high
it's like-
place, looking down on you like an evil monstrosity. And
See, cats are totally different every single time. You know, like depending how they're handled as kittens. You know, we were always very, very hands-on with Momo and Henry when they were kittens, and so like they don't hiss, they don't bite, they don't scratch. They enjoy being around us. They're affectionate. They're definitely independent. Like if I call Momo, she will not come. Like she never has or anything like that. But I've seen, you know, most people who say that like cats are assholes. A lot of times they're assholes to their cats as well. Maybe not necessarily, not being mean, but just like, you know, it's easy to be just as dismissive to a cat as you think they are to them, and that just kind of makes the dynamic between owner and cat kind of, wouldn't say aggressive, but you know, that's when you get them just staying up in high places and swatting you when you go by. With that said though, sometimes you absolutely might just get a cat that's like that.
an asshole.
Yeah, but typically speaking, like if you get them from kittens, you really can more or less like have a customized relationship, I suppose. Nature and nurture and all that. Isn't that right, more? Spread control. Let's do. It's heating up now. We're starting to get the resources moving. It's good. See, how much does it cost to go up to tier 4 though? See, this is the thing. It's like I could accelerate something by 6 turns right now if I want to take the labor dip. I think I will. We'll see how bad that is, and then we can get the drill. Sounds good.
I feel like this has to be a category of a drink. I feel like I'm making it up, but I'm sure I'm not. It's Irish.
What?
It's Bailey's Irish cream
Okay.
mixed with some cinnamon whiskey and white chocolate. Now it's very close to a White Russian.
I was
but
gonna
not-
say you're
but it's not a
getting
White Russian.
close to a White Russian, or what was the the Big Lebowski's drink? There was another one, the Caucasian. I think I'm basically. Man, I got hurt in that fight before. It's taking me a moment to get my replenishment. Oh no, what is this? Who are you? Let me think this over. This says decisive defeat. I'm pretty sure it's correct.
Yeah,
It's-
wait, let me confer with my minions and see if this is a correct.
Well, I'm looking at it. It's just like you never can underestimate blunderbusses. You can't. Like I have seen impossible. Like I've seen 2 blunderbusses and 2 regular dwarven infantry units fend off, 5 units of black orcs and an entire army backing them. Like but so the big thing is like our garrisons suck, right? So if I'm not sure exactly what is at stake with, I didn't see what they're attacking really. So I don't know if this is worth losing or not.
That's a good question.
So the other option is like, I don't want to fight a battle it's not worth doing, but at the same time, the amount of damage that we have, plus the fact that we have barriers of Tzeentch right now, Makes me think I could at least damage them. Clan rats, Skaven slaves, Skaven slaves, Skaven slaves. But a lot of characters. One warp fire thrower team, one blunderbuss team. I think I should probably just auto this. I think that you and I together would do a lot of damage against them, but I think this is going to be a waste. Okay, well, reluctantly take the loss.
Who's Drakma and Corsa?
I gotta see what I lost now.
Who's our roof? Rumlith Nemwata.
Trade with Kolek.
Mr. Beast had a freaking 403 million viewed video of a remake of Squid Game. Gosh, damn.
Well, he did like a big production to remake it or something.
Yeah, they did it. Yeah, the only reason I saw it because apparently Netflix wants to remake Squid Game with an American.
Oh, they want to battle royale it into whatever
I
Hunger
don't know
Games.
why they want to do that. I still feel like they need to do that.
Yeah,
The
and
show was
Squid
good
Game
as it
was popular enough already. Man, I gotta say though, like that's also a show that's like starting to go a little off the rails already for it.
Squid Game.
I think so. Or am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of something else. There's only been one season of Squid Game.
There's another show that's very game-like. It's about collecting cards, and the people have like explosive collars around their necks, and they're waiting to be called to come do these games. It's another Korean drama. I'm trying to think of what it is. No, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat.
Is it Pokemon?
I will join you. I will join you in this war.
Who are we war?
Like a lesser faction of Cathay, it looked like.
Whatever. I didn't have the.
Alice
option
in
to
Borderland,
decline, so-
that's the one. Alice in Borderland. That show has a weird plot.
Oh, Alice in Borderland. I mean, yeah, I don't like subtitles unless it's like anime that I get really into, like kind of like Naruto or something like that. So I prefer dub.
Yeah.
And I just thought the dubbing in Squid Games was perfectly. I mean, you lose some things here and there, but it was overall very good. And I don't know why if instead of remake, they should probably just be like, you know, Squid Games in New York. You know?
Yeah,
like
why don't
redo-
they just expand the universe and just have
expand the universe?
like,
yeah.
oh, guess what? This is actually happening all over the
Everywhere.
world. And
Yeah, I
guess
think that'd be
what?
great.
There's an Olympics. There's an underground Squid Game Olympics that happens for the biggest prizes. Hey, Momo, you're just such a beautiful girl.
Yeah, I think that would be. They ruined the Purge.
The Purge was always ruined, though. Like, the Purge really needs to have a gritty, serious. So I always felt that like they made it impossibly
Let me ask you
over
a
the
question.
top.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
The Purge.
Yeah.
First, we're talking like the first movie, right? What
Yeah.
was the scary part of the?
The scary part of the Purge initially for me was seeing something like the first time the kids came around with the masks and like, you know, the thought of strong, able-bodied adolescents doing like absolute harm to like old people without like a thought and having fun doing it and not being able to see their faces. There's just like a reality to that they I think could have really been heavily leaned into. And then they kind of like abandoned that for like, you know, this guy's got a minigun in the back of his truck, you know, kind of like impossible things like that. But like the initial stuff, just where people getting caught in a bad situation and seeing like, you know, being stalked and whatnot in those settings is far more scary to me than any amount of like, you know, pyramid head that they try and make or
Yeah.
you know, stuff like.
So you would say like the realness of the human beings involved.
Yes, it's like to me like the you could make it like a kick-ass combat situation and kind of like Fast and Furious it, or you could make it like a really horrifying, scary show. And for something like The Purge, I always felt that they never ever kind of got into a scariness, I guess.
That for me, I was never scared of the Purge. It never scared me. What made
Yeah.
it a good show for me is because like they turned it into like kind of like where they were like, you know, kind of like how Saul became, like it became gore just for the sake of gore, you know, and they kind of forgot about the plot line.
Yep.
The thing that scared that was the interesting scary part of the is that it and their society.
Oh yeah. They don't
know
talk
what I'm
about
saying?
like the other countries, do they? Or did they adopt it as well?
No, other countries didn't adopt it. based on the storyline of the Purge, like that Purge happened, and it helps the country somehow. Like I don't, they elaborated on it. Like there's a Purge to get all their aggression
basically,
out, right?
it's like yeah, the whole country has like
Their day of
post nut
aggression.
clarity.
Yeah, and then
basically.
after that, they're all the country. You know, everything works after that. There's no crime. There's no violence. Everyone is happy, and it's like, but the way the show establishes that the Purge works. That is actually a fundamental, helpful part of society, and it works.
Right.
And I thought that was what was the scary part of the Purge. Is like this.
Sure. So it's sort of like you think about the risks politically about like XYZ election and how the country might change. It's like, you know that next year you have to survive.
Yeah.
Like it's,
or get revenge. You know.
And knowing that there is no end in sight for something like that. Like eventually, if you survive long enough, you're gonna be what, old?
Yeah. So,
in this
no,
hellscape.
I just wondered, like, them exploring that aspect of the show would have been more interesting to me than,
Sure.
They went a completely different way with it. They went back to
It's more like Fast and the Furious and what that
Yeah.
became. At one point
Yeah.
in time, Fast and Furious did try to at least be somewhat, I wouldn't say serious, but, they weren't going to space and stuff like that.
they weren't going to space.
It became Sharknado. Okay, so what's the plan that we want to do for the remaining part of carving up the territory? Karak Vrag is...
Oh, well, we'll deal with that, once we get done. Let's finish the war, and then we can sit down and have a conflict.
No. I'm not talking about, like, you and me dividing it up. I mean, literally, there's two remaining places. There's Karak Vrag, and there's Black Fang.
Right.
Unless you want us to abandon this historic purging of the orcs.
Oh, no. Buddy. Surprise.
Running Man is amazing. I like The Running Man. Running Man was a fun movie.
The first Fast and evolved high-speed, highly car high DVD players. I've never watched Fast and
Yeah, it was like elaborate petty theft, hijacking DVD players and things like that, or Blu-rays.
Now they're going to space.
I think they already did, didn't they? Or is that the next one?
I have. Prey was actually pretty good. Talking about for Predator movie, Prey was very good.
I don't think I've seen that one. Maybe I have.
What's going on, ogres?
Uh-oh.
They're getting ready to declare war on me.
Uh-oh. Really?
Yep, they declared. Yep. Yeah. It's all right. I got a posse.
Oh my god. This is...
They're nowhere near you. You're
No,
fine.
no. I know who they're probably allied with. These
allied,
guys are possibly in the back pocket of Zhao. I'll throw my...
They're trading with the Western Province.
Okay.
It's fine. Like, we got to take out their allies, and then the Great Purge.
I'm just saying, like,
begin.
all it takes is one trespass against one of their allies, and it starts
That's
the
fine.
slow
We'll
descent.
Cathay. The gates of Cathay will.
I will say this though, because Fairlight took out Imric on night one, that does make the whole situation a lot better and different.
Yeah. War continues. War never changes. As Classy Pax's thing goes. War never changed.
Non-aggression pact with the Skaven. I don't think I need this.
You're not right, Dad.
What you?
Whether to head to Karak Vrag right now or to head down to Black Fang, basically. And being disappointed all the time with how far my tunneling stance can get me.
That's right. Who's the Lord of the Seats now?
What? Tier 2?
Yeah.
You are very much my superior now in this tower.
Yes. Give us
The
our
floor
glory. Thank you.
recognizes Senior Darwizar of the Sorcery District Tier 2. Powerful. What'd you take? Oh man, summon Kadai Fireborn.
Sick.
It makes me so like then I think about you shop T summon for Tomb Kings, which still has a timer, and 10 of its seconds is spent in the summoning animation.
Hey, Kolek, what do you want, buddy? Kolek wants me to join war against Archeon,
Woo!
Cole, and Togue. Why are you at war with all of them?
That's your friend.
That's Your friend!
That's your friend right there. I gave him like 3,000 bucks earlier and was like, hey man, can we be cool? And he was like, pathetic. It hasn't wanted anything else to do with me.
Who, Kolek?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
He
this is
tolerates
stubborn,
me,
man.
but he has not been willing to do anything. I bought a very expensive non-aggression pact early game with him. New convoy. I've been cranking out the materials with these convoys. Although any other interesting place, Jewelry, Caron Tower, Wizard Callus Palace. Oh, I got a Kemrian War Sphinx one time doing that. Oh man, but they want armaments.
Oh, man.
It's like I'd give you something else. We'll go to Castle Drakenhof instead. Oh, so you got your Lamassu mount.
Yeah, I got it.
Anilt
I'd rather eat a squid.
Anfa Grimazu.
Yeah, sending the convoys to different locations has some pretty interesting results at times. There's a lot of fun stuff to collect.
That's what I needed to happen right there. I'm gonna go down there and try to scoop up that territory.
Which one?
I've had like 2 of 3 in a province since the beginning of the game, and it was always that vassal. It was always like some stupid Norse guy that's a vassal of Vilch.
That is okay. Let me guess. It's the one that's right in front of the wall.
Yeah.
So
it's that
when
one.
I played your character, I pushed east, and I was like, there was a couple of Norskins that you could kind of fight and brawl, and I just didn't take that one because it wasn't too pressing. Like the Norskins at the territory a little bit further up on the wall was more important. And then the moment I turn around to take it, Village's vassals take it. And that puts me in a spot where Village's army was way overtuned compared to the hobgoblins that you get at the beginning. And it made it so I wasted like 6 or 8 turns because I was so far into the east of the wall at this point. I had to walk around because he wouldn't give me permission for military access or anything. And just like, oof. It was looking like it would be tough to get that. Oh man, Azhag the Slaughterer. He's gonna finish up these dwarves and then he's gonna be coming for me.
Province.
Rakubeluta
Like I said, the Great War is gonna come from Cathay with their wall. Did they never push out of the damn wall?
No, not usually. I don't think at least. Well, not that side. If they do, they usually go around. Let me see.
Remember when I did it as Archon?
So you're gonna want this settlement, I'm guessing, overall, right?
I'm sorry, which settlement is that?
The one that you're gonna go for the capital right now? You're gonna want the whole pieces, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, we'll see how the cause crumble.
Well, because I'm debating whether or not to raise it to the ground and let you just take it, or whether I take it.
Oh,
All right.
wait, are you attacking their capital?
No, I'm at the other one, their last remaining one, since you're at that one. I think they're connected though.
Black Fang?
Black Fang.
I don't know. Like, I just assumed that we would.
Let me, one second, let
the
me,
spoils of war. However we want, once we get done capturing. We'll just have
Sure.
negotiations.
Okay.
It's a fun RP thing.
In that case, then I will briefly occupy it.
Shit. We better wrap it.
What's going on?
It's a full stack ogre army.
Oh man, yeah, I see him.
This is a valiant defeat, by the way.
Really? Oh, if you're attacking without building siege gear, you gonna go right in, or are you gonna encircle?
Continue sieging. Let me see what the hell this guy's doing.
Hey, famous, isn't this late night for you? Oh yeah, I'm totally out of my time zone for streaming. This is sort of just like a fun, sort of like, you know, overnight sleepover camping trip sort of thing, playing with my buds. I don't get to do this too
So-
often. Yes.
Respectable gentlemen from the disciples of Sut.
Of course.
What if?
Yes.
Mind you, what if
Makazia Faumansi.
I agree to give you all of the and Gash Kadrak, and also that one
You
town
look right in the
in
head.
your path to, and in return, me all from the ogre.
You want like Titan's Notch and Firemouth?
Titan's Notch and Bone Road. Province of Bone Road, Giant Lands. I want those directly connected to your territory. These other 2 territories with the ogre connected via road led me south.
Trying to think. Sounds pretty good. I know that Ice Spewer and Blizzard Peak are jerk places to hold, but Grim. A lot of the stuff that we're fighting is not here at the.
Basically, you get 2 provinces, I get 2.
Yeah. No, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me.
Isan Hashutanu.
All right. And then
Okay.
at your earliest, giving your army over to Kervek Vrag. And
So it is written,
so sign right here, please.
with the blood of my fathers.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Can I have a receipt, please?
It's written.
All right.
I don't need no written.
No, we do. We
It's
do
written in fire.
receipts.
It's written in the fire of. How do you say his name? Is it Hashut?
Hashut, I think. Hashut. Hashut. One of those. My guy doesn't really have too many like super fun things to look forward to in his upgrade tree, I feel.
Hashut.
Hashut.
The bull god. The bull chaos.
Oh,
A miner.
Prostasni. Zula.
Wars in the warp suck. You know, it's like Nurgle and Korn. Like whose area is what?
in terms of what is in the warp?
Yeah, in the warp. Like,
who
why do the
knows?
chaos gods tolerate the horned rat or Hashut?
Oh yeah, that's
Hashut.
I mean that's one of the things I'm thinking too, because they would consider it a challenge, and you would think they would just eliminate them immediately.
Right. Yeah. Just wipe their ass out.
I mean, he's supposed to be an archdemon that's too powerful to be in the game, but not powerful enough to challenge Khorne, and yet we have Scarbrand.
Yeah.
And I think he's a bull god too,
Hepsh.
which is interesting considering Torox has nothing to do with him.
Oh yeah. Sure. Hashut is an actual chaos god. Well, he's not of the main four. Got anything? He's a very rat.
I'm saving all my armaments to buy something good.
Okay, and I can't get the.
I got 3K as well. So here's what I'll let you in on a little secret. Your advanced military buildings are going to cost that if you haven't noticed that yet.
No, yeah, I've noticed.
So like the
I'm just trying to get back. I'm trying to get my my main town leveled up, and I'm having it.
it's so easy to spend raw
Raw
materials.
materials. Yeah, raw materials.
It's a type of faction where you have to like be okay with sitting on your hands for a couple of turns if you want to get the good stuff. Like you can constantly be upgrading all the little stuff that you have, but waiting a couple of turns because like your technologies also cost raw materials, you know, for some of them. So if it's like 1,000 or 2,000 raw materials for a tech that you might not even really want, but you need to get it to get to the next one, but you know, you also need to spend them in the thousands to upgrade your capital building. But you could also just spend like a small amount of them to upgrade your money making stuff. So that's like always seems appealing, but then it kind of slows you down from being able to build.
Urki is the best Azaterg.
It's like I have to fight this battle.
There are other minor gods that the humans worship too on the light side. Why do they exist? I mean, it's also one of those things where if you're just powerful in Warhammer, you kind of become a god or are considered one.
You mean like the Emperor of Mankind?
Like Sigmar. Like Emperor of Mankind, like it might be a little bit of heresy, but there's not a whole lot of difference between a chaos entity and them. Okay, so are you fighting this or are you just gonna auto it?
No, I'm fighting it.
Okay. I will...
I have to. I lose like half my.
Oh, high casualties. So you're gonna actually
Yeah.
lose full units if you do that?
Oh yeah. So yeah, it is such an interesting. Yeah, everyone's like, there's a lot of people in the 40K like think of the Emperor as like, you know,
Yeah.
but as like more lore is coming out, like it is very possible that the Emperor is
It's like, yeah, maybe like enslaved mankind to help them survive basically and stuff like that.
yeah, like maybe he's just really powerful on a psychic power.
Well, very much like the Tau in some ways too. You know, it's like they offer you peace if you join their sphere of influence, and if you don't, they kill you.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the dogma of the imperial cult and everything. You know, which he doesn't support. Supposedly, he might. He might come back
yeah.
and actually love being worshipped this time around, for all we know.
Or maybe it was part of his plan all along.
Sure, like there's all sorts of ways you could interpret that. And the big thing is that a lot of people don't realize that similar to the orcs, humans are just, you know, super psychically attuned. And the belief in Emps and the way that the commissars and everybody keep the, you know, the rank and file and the citizenry in line is very much a part of like, you know, you have to believe the Emperor is strong, otherwise we won't make it. Like that's kind of why it's so one of the reasons why it's so oppressively, you know, authoritarian, is because it's they just can't otherwise. Right. So if they ever actually believed that there was weakness there, they would actually manifest it, because there's some theories that a lot of the Emperor's strength and everything like that is just basically being held together by that belief. Me too.
That's a possibility, you know. Like, will we ever know the true answer of that lore? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe Games
and-
Workshop will go in and be like, "Yo, we're gonna tell you what's going on."
I don't know if they actually pulled the trigger on this. I heard there was some other things
They
about
are
a chaos god.
actively advancing the story. DK.
Oh yeah, I saw that like the custodians are going to be the vanguard to fight the Tyranids or something like that when because they're going straight for Terra.
Well, they brought
in
in
this chapter?
Primarchs back too.
Yeah. So I guess one of the starting stories for 10th edition is that I'm not sure which hive fleet it is, but it's actually just
Leviathan.
It's of course it's Leviathan. Like they're heading straight for Earth, and not fluffing around with any other world, just heading right for there.
The YOLO to Earth.
So I'm guessing the custodians are gonna die. Basically, is my thought. They can't be going in
they'll
first
reach Earth?
and do it.
I don't know. I feel like there's man, I think there's other shit going on. I honestly do. I think that the Necrons are not very happy about they're dealing with like the Necrons have something going on, man. Like they got some crazy shit going on, some super plan. I don't know what it is, but like they're building things that are going to deal with the chaos, and they're building shit that's going to deal with the Tyranids themselves. As a silent
And
king
yet they
came
can't
back.
do warp travel anymore. I don't think, because like they do basically just drift sleeping.
They literally, the Imperium has two perfect. You couldn't pick two better Primarchs to come back than the two that they got. Like if you were like, oh shit,
Agreed.
If I need some Primarchs to come back to help the Imperium, these are literally the top two that you would pick. One of them is a strategic logistics mastermind. The other is literally a boss killing unit, like Grimgor or a damn what you call it, Kolek or something like that. This is something that comes in and just wrecks bosses.
Mm-hmm. I want to see if Constantine Valdor comes back. I thought he was going to be one of the ones that returned.
Well, the next one they're going to come out is the Executioner, right? So it's going to be Russ, the Primarch of the Space Wolves.
Mhm.
Like they're already like starting to do the groundwork. They're advancing the storyline. They haven't done this shit for like what 20? Anyway, you good?
Yeah, it's big. It's a big decision to like move forward with that, but it's about time as well.
Yeah, the advances.
So
Of course,
apparently the big thing about
the Sigmar, Age of Sigmar thing with Warhammer 40K. For sure.
yeah. So apparently the big thing about this hive fleet, I'm reading in chat, is that it's coming from the galactic west.
Yeah, they're surrounded. The whole idea of the Tyranids is that everything beyond the Milky Way is dead.
Right.
There are no other galaxies. The Tyranids are coming in from every...
Oh, so this is basically proof that we've actually been surrounded at this point?
Yeah, the galaxy is surrounded by Tyranids.
Oh,
is
what a
terrifying.
horrifying story.
That is terrifying.
So now it's literally going to have to be like, of course there won't be peace or cooperation, but there will be in story.
No. It's not a theory anymore. They already said that. On their live show, when they talked about it, they said it is confirmation that the Milky Way galaxy is surrounded by Tyranids.
So no matter what, like they're going to have to eat through most of the Milky Way just to get to the people that can fight back. So like you have to imagine that it's going to be a lot of casualties in the lore. Entire star systems are going to go dark. It's going to be the Reapers in Mass Effect.
Well, yeah, chat, keep in mind, the difference in hive fleets is only a distinction by their color, right? And that's it. So, like, Leviathan is being seen on the west and on the east, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would think, though, that I don't really understand what power of friendship or plot armor would halt that from just not be... Like, for Warhammer Fantasy, when the Storm of Chaos happened and the End Times, the writing was on the wall. What was going to be the ending of that campaign?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you beat that without just like Emps waking up at the last moment and doing something?
Emperor?
Yeah, like is he gonna wake up and expecto patronum them
He's
all the way?
already woken up though. Like there was when Russ. So man, there's so many fun freaking theories that we could talk about because like there's so much possibilities about what the Emperor is. He could be a frail little man for all we know, who just projects this aura of invincibility and amazing of the man in a golden armor. He
Yep.
could be like some fat dumbass like me. That's all he is. It's just really powerful with psychic powers. But he's been waking up. He's always there, so when people pray to him, like he does have moments where he guides them or helps people. But he had a literal direct, like literally gods came down from heaven and assisted Gilliman, his Primarch, his son. and helped him fight. He helped him fight against Nurgle, and it was such a power move. Like imagine like Goku like powers up in his anime. He's like
Sure.
and he gets all That is what happened to Gilliman. He didn't just get powered up. He got literally took over by God, by the Emperor. The Emperor took him over, encased him in insane power, and gave him his weapon so much strength that when he struck into the warp, he actually physically harmed Nurgle, the Chaos God. Nurgle shit himself. Holy shit, I got injured.
Where'd you read up on this part of the lore?
This is a book. Yeah, this is one of the latest novels. Like,
So it's one of the ones that just
Gilliman-
came out with the.
Yeah, a couple of years back when Gilliman woke up and he was fighting. He was trying to actually fight off. Imagine chat like you being able to like damage Lucifer or something like that. Like literally the devil got injured by an attack that you did because God empowered you to do so.
Lazy Federal, how you doing, bud? Good to see you.
It's the Dark Imperium trilogy. Yeah, it's next on my read.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the Horus Heresy and then I'm gonna go into all that shit. But
So does Chaos like want like the Tyranids to do whatever they're doing, or do they have a stake involved? Because they gotta have people to believe in them, don't they?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The Tyranids are a threat to Chaos. They're terrified of them. Because the Tyranids will wipe out all organic life. That means no more Chaos Gods. They're done. So they're absolutely legit terrified of the Tyranids and what they're being and what they're doing, because they can't do anything to them. They get nothing from the Tyranids. Yeah, and there's something else. Like the Tyranids, when the Tyranids are coming in, they're bringing something with them, some overmind, some scary entity that is following them as well, called the Shadow of the Warp. It scares the shit out of the Chaos. There's also a lot of people forget the factions that we know. There is also another faction or something else in 40K that is very rarely talked about. Literally cosmic horror Cthulhu type shit that is way beyond the Chaos Gods. For all we know, the Chaos Gods are confined to just our galaxy, and there could be shit way outside.
Yeah,
of
like
the norm of
there
that.
could be like some angel tier, celestial.
Yeah, there could be some crazy shit, not
something.
celestial, really dark, tentacly shit, like Cthulhu type entities. Got Cthulhu type stuff.
Sure.
That they every once in a while Warhammer lore will dive into those. You'll see some shit about some crazy scary stuff that the Space Marines close the door or they close it down. They know it doesn't have anything to do with chaos. It doesn't have anything to do with the Tyranids or any alien stuff. It's some weird dark shit.
There's probably a bunch of, not a bunch, but there's probably examples of that in the Shadowkeeper's dungeon underneath the Imperial Palace.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's so cool. It's cool. I love the ideas of that, like the ones where it's like we have no idea what it is. And they're not going to really like release another army or something like that.
I don't think
but
I mean, if they do any kind of army, it might be a lost chapter of Space Marines that are all female, just so that the Warhammer community can completely explode their brains out.
And they would. They would.
I know. And what you know what cracks me up about this discussion? It's like chat, there'd be some people like the anti-woke in chat will always be like, they're doing it because of woke stuff. No, it's Games Workshop. They're going to do it because of money.
It's like, my friends, there is money to be made, and much of it. There is so much money to be made.
And they can do it. Like, there's two Primarchs that we don't know about, and there's an entire 2 legions of Space Marines we don't know about. They could come out of the work and we're like, surprise, here's Amazonia. She's a Primarch, and here's her Amazon Legion.
Yep.
Like, they can do that in a heartbeat.
Yep.
They are capitalists to a capital T. If they think they're going to make money from it, they're going to make it.
The people charging $100 for a couple bits of plastic absolutely would do that.
We'll see what happens, though. I don't know. I mean, the squats were supposed to be dead. Then they brought back the space dwarves.
Yep.
But no, like, is the Emperor? Is he? You know, what is this his plan all along? Did he orchestrate the Horus heresy? Was Horus in on it?
Will Horus come back?
Yeah, will Horus come back as an angel? Like, was he actually working for the Emperor the entire time? Maybe the goal is to have all of humanity worship the Emperor, even though people are like, but Burke, he wiped out religion. Yes, if you want to be a god who everyone worships, kill all of religion, deny that your godhood to make people want you to be a god even more. Do godlike things all the freaking time, and then orchestrate a Horus heresy event that divides humanity's military, gives them a clear demon enemy to fight, and then have them completely focus on you becoming a god.
I suppose it depends on how much of the lower caste of the Imperium would actually have been aware of the wider horrors that were going on.
I think that the vast majority of the Imperium has no idea about chaos. Like, they don't know about it on the day-to-day, you know?
Yeah.
Each world is like focused on their own struggles and problems, you know? They don't really sit there and think. They just know that the Emperor is their god. That's who they worship. And that there's no other options outside of that. Purely trying right there. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Tau to birth a greater good chaos god at some point.
Anything could happen, right?
Well, it's because, like, you know, as they grow, which they are, they have billions and billions of vassals that are not Tau and are not psychically dampened, you know, and they have to believe. They have to follow the doctrines and the mantras of the Tau caste. So there is a growing population of billions that worships this creed, this entity, this idea. So I wouldn't be surprised if a greater good kind of chaos entity could be birthed at some point because of that.
Well, if you remember, like, the Chaos Gods, it took centuries for them to be, like, you know, long-ass time. So what if the warp energies are slowly empowering the Emperor while he's being worshipped for 10,000 years of worship?
Oh, sure.
You know, and that this is part of his plan. He's going to be born into the warp as a Chaos God of his own power to kill the other gods. They're actively afraid of him. Imagine being a Chaos God and you're scared of this one man.
Is scared the actual word we would use, though?
Yes, they orchestrated so much effort to kill and destroy him. That speaks fear to me.
Well, or is it just because that's just the effort that it requires? You know, it might take a river 1,000 years to cut through a mountainside, but it'll do it.
True.
So, like, is it more or less something like, oh, this thing doesn't die right off the bat? You know, like...
Concern, then? Would you agree?
Concern, sure. But, like, is it more like an arrogance thing where it's like, oh, okay, well, now I just get a bigger magnifying glass to burn the anthill or something like that?
I think after the Emperor physically harmed Nurgle, that he might be a little bit more concerned.
Well, I guess my concern about that stuff is that, you know, it could always just be, oh, but that's not actually what happened. It's not really the Emperor. We find out later on that he just had I don't know, it was actually Cain from the Eldari or something like that.
I mean, if they retconned anything, sure, but as of right now, in terms of lore, the Emperor took over Gilliman physically.
Sure.
The Chaos God.
That's progress, then.
Well, also, can we also comment, why does Nurgle have such a hard-on for you?
You know, I think it's because our immune systems are very unique.
He's always the one attacking. It's always him.
I guess I never really thought of so when it comes to like Warhammer 40K, like I haven't read too much like novel lore and stuff like that. So I don't actually know too much about how frequently what gods visit who and where, but I guess yeah, you're right. There's a lot of garden worlds that get bombed and polluted and whatnot.
It's a lot of Nurgle shit, yeah.
Well, no,
so like I'm literally reading the Horus Heresy, right?
I mean, could you argue that we just don't know Tzeentch is doing stuff?
Yeah,
and
well,
he's
I mean,
always
sure,
there.
But reading the Horus Heresy has completely changed my opinion, right? Like when I originally heard about this character Horus, I just thought, you know, he's just an evil demon guy, shit.
Yeah.
Reading the Horus Heresy proves that he's actually very noble, just, you know, very good, just worthy person who actually loved humanity and wanted to complete his father's vision of uniting all of humanity on one empire. He fine was killing aliens, no problem, but he hated wars with the humanity, right? Hated. But Nurgle is actually involved in his corruption and downfall. They choose him. The other Chaos Gods begrudgingly also follow along. They all chose him. So the first time you see a Chaos entity in the Horus Heresy, it's the first time the Imperium ever sees Chaos, right? It's a Nurgle beat. It's the first thing they see is something from Nurgle.
Who is the first? No, I didn't. Who saw it?
The Space Marines.
Okay.
Loken, the Space Marine Loken, Space Marine Captain Loken.
Yeah.
But like one of his own guys, Samus. I am Samus. Like chat knows Samus, right? Samus is my name. It's like the Samus thing. Whatever the Samus thing. I don't know if it's a lesser demon of Nurgle or something, but like he kept saying Samus.
Oh. I think Burke got moved to. I think you. Discord thought you were AFK and moved you to the AFK channel for some reason. Sorry about that.
Did?
Yeah, you just went mute all of a sudden, and you were in the AFK channel.
What did you hear last?
It's probably about like 15 seconds ago. We were talking about Horus.
I bet one of
Sorry if I missed what you were saying.
I bet one of your mods got annoyed and were like, "I'm gonna move him to AFK to shut him up."
No, it was around Samus, I think you were mentioning.
Yeah, Samus. Like the Space Marines go to the Whispering Mountain to deal with a vile plot or something that's going on, to deal with the last remnants of another empire, right?
Yeah.
There's a thing, like they kept getting whispers from Samus, which now we believe Samus is some kind of lesser Nurgle. One of the Space Marines is actually transformed into a bloated Marine.
Oh no.
So their first encounter with Chaos was Nurgle.
Just saw a mutation, basically.
Exactly, yeah. They saw a mutation and then they had to kill it. And then they went to the moon of Davin in the next campaign, and again they fought Nurgle. It's like, why is it always Nurgle? Why does Nurgle have this obsession with humanity in the Imperium? He's always the main one doing it. Sure, Khorne will do some excursions here. Tzeentch does some stuff. Slaanesh, sure. But it's always Nurgle. He's not the oldest. Khorne is the oldest. Nurgle always has something, constantly launching him crazy shit. It's always...
He's an easy one to describe. I think he's also a very relatable enemy for readers to relate to. There's a lot of things that you can do plot-wise, more so than just, Khorne murdering and killing and burning stuff to the ground. But once it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Tzeentch is all in the shadows. Not only that, but it's so mind-bending to even try and comprehend what Tzeentch even is that it's probably kind of hard to describe a lot of that stuff to a reader. And Slaanesh doesn't even really come around with humanity all that much. They're more about tormenting the Eldari, aren't they?
Yeah. And plus, Slaanesh, I think, is like a 2023. Slaanesh is a problem.
Oh, I bet it is. But hasn't Slaanesh been imprisoned and just out of commission just for like years at this point?
In 40K?
Yeah. I thought like actually Slaanesh literally got imprisoned and was being held somewhere.
I only know she got destroyed in Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay, I had heard in 40K that there was some faction that literally... Oh, it's Age of Sigmar. It doesn't count.
Yeah, they swapped her out for
the Great Horn Rat.
Yeah, stupid.
I've always disagreed with that. I've always disagreed with that. But
to me, it feels like Slaanesh is just like the problem child of the Chaos Gods. Like,
I mean,
hey,
it is. I mean, let's be real.
Hey, come on, man. Murder is fine. All right, that's okay. All right, filling somebody with pus and goo, yeah, that's good. Putting an arm in somebody's butthole, no problem, man.
Yep.
But if you show me some boobies, now you crossed the goddamn line, pal.
Yep.
You understand me?
I mean, like, nudity is the tip of the spear on that, though. But we don't talk about that side of Warhammer.
We don't talk about that.
Beastmen are not nice to their captives.
Right.
No one is nice to their captives in this world.
Yeah, Beastman, yeah. To just embrace the good, like, I saw the Twitter crowd losing their shit over there, over the, that's why I'm so worried for Warhammer. It's like, I saw the Twitter crowd lose their shit over the Imperium. They're like, it's fascism! Like, yes!
I saw that and I'm like, oh, I see.
That's the point!
But it's supposed to be like so hyper tuned up in a satirical way. Like it's supposed to like show you how awful everything is.
And it does! Exterminatus is a thing. People get executed all the time.
Like it's not supposed to show you a grim dark future. It is supposed to be the grimmest, darkest future.
How can you make this darker than it already is? It's horrible.
Yep.
And I don't blame the Imperium. Imagine being at war by everybody who wants to wipe out your entire people. Of course they would get extreme. They make the freaking ISIS shiver. Holy shit.
Yep.
Man, what do you want? Let's not mess with them boys. Gosh damn. Like, jeez.
It's survival in a scale that is just so desperate and hopeless. You can't imagine it, which is why it's better as a game. You know.
The lore is great though. Like, I mean, I'm always like, anyway. You should read the Horus Heresy if you want. Like, it's a great place to start.
I need to actually read it. I owe it to myself to actually read it.
I listen to Audible. I listen to Audible. I literally listen to it Audible. It is a beautiful Audible. I listen to it. It blows. Like the first 3 books are the main books. All right, that's the main ones. It gets daunting after that.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're doing the War of Terror, which is the ending of the Horus Heresy.
Right.
That's when it ends. So there are guides online if you want to do a read order for all 60+ books. Sure. You don't have to. The first 3 are just fine. You know, I think the rest of the 60 books are more like introducing you to other characters and who to like, who to not to like. You know, that kind of stuff. Who the hell is Angron? You know, why is he so angry? His name is Bronze. You know, you get it.
I get
Got
that
some
one.
Spikes in his head, so he's real angry. He's like, Scarbrand is also in 40K, but like,
Yeah, that's why I
Scarbrand.
hate that they say it's separate, and they have the audacity to, you know, have the same characters with the same lore, sold in the same boxes, you know.
I think originally what they were hoping is that because there was Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40K, they wanted to have an army that people could use in both board games
To try and get some crossover populated.
Yeah, so people could have. So that's why Chaos Demons are both in Warhammer Fantasy and for.
Sure, but like, I get that it would cheapen the magnitude of Warhammer Fantasy by just making it another planet, but the idea of it just being a feudal world somewhere in a warp-intensive area of the galaxy was a very charming concept, I thought, for fantasy. It also gave the scope of hopelessness as well.
Yeah, I always thought that was to be a cool idea, that the Warhammer Fantasy world is like a world within the Eye of Terror that's just hidden, and that Chaos is trying to get here, but they can't bring in their tech, so they have to like manifest in here and use like their weapons, you know.
Yep.
And that Sigmar is just a lost Primarch.
Yep, I actually like that theory. I love that theory, to be honest. I could see that one working out. They won't, but it would even make the Sigmarines a bit easier to
digest.
Swallow was the word I was going to use, but yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but chat told me that in the in-game books that the Skaven actually contacted the Eldar on a radio.
Yes. The Skaven basically, I think that they actually contacted with a lizard man device that they found in one of their things. I don't know if they actually built the device themselves or if they used another one by using their technology with it. But yes, they had a communication device that in canon lore, unless they retconned it, they accidentally phoned the Eldari in Warhammer 40K and got a response. And they immediately destroyed the phone afterwards.
So, I mean, that isn't now that's an Easter egg, right? I'm assuming. Or is it confirmation that Warhammer does indeed take place in...
Well, because it's all about the old ones and stuff like that. That's one of the other crossover terms that is bigger than the game itself, that is in the creation tier of the lore.
What if the Lizardmen are directly related to the old ones?
Well, they probably are. Or at least were the piddly servants of them at one point.
So you want to fight this battle, or?
Yeah.
Shit, man, it's so much fun.
I can talk about this stuff all night, you know?
Yeah, why don't we should make a damn podcast of just you and me chatting about Warhammer lore?
I'd do it.
I would do it.
I'd do it. Let's talk about that.
This is like...
I was just gonna say, you know, I'm having a blast doing this. Thanks for, you know, wanting to continue on with the campaign. I don't get to play with my buds too often. Everyone's in so many different time zones, so it's good to actually get to do this.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm honestly surprised that the group as a whole doesn't have kind of a bigger interest in it, especially with how much you're into it, because you're very contagious with how excitable you get over this sort of stuff.
I could get him into 40K easier than I can. I don't know.
Which is
Total War
interesting because
Fantasy
40K is such a slow game. Has Cream even had a chance to play 40K yet?
No.
Because I think
truth be
it's
told, that's not his fault. That's you know, if he wants to come over and play, I have Armada set up and ready to go.
No. I didn't mean that in like has he even bothered to play. I mean it more like if he experiences Warhammer 40K, I'm interested in hearing what he thinks of the pacing of a game. Because for people that aren't familiar with Warhammer 40K, like I'm familiar, but I reference rules. I'm picking up the books. I'm rifling through them.
You mean does he have the patience to actually play the damn game?
Not even so aggressively questioned as that. More or less just like, is it a gameplay style that he would enjoy with the amount of time it takes to kind of invest?
That's
into
what
it?
I'm saying. Like that is it a Cream style kind of game? Is it something that he can get it? That answer is still unknown to me.
Yeah.
I don't know because he likes playing the board game or Total War. I've seen him like actually play it.
Play the board. Which
but
board game?
Not the board game. This game.
Oh, okay.
War. But like any streamers, like people still think of the business side of streaming and are worried about numbers drop off and shit like that, which I get.
Right.
That comes with the platform of streaming. I understand that. I too am streamer. I understand that rule set.
Of course.
Do I think he liked Munchkin? So I'm assuming Warhammer 40K is going to be way more involved. You have to like use laser pointers and shit, and you have to plan in your brain strategies with your armies, and you get attached to your characters. He already has orcs and stuff. He's already attached. So yeah, I think he might get into it. Yeah.
It could be easy to get discouraged too, like if you experience a bad play or a bad string of luck. It can take a while to do things in Warhammer 40K, and you're like, oh, I just got to move a couple of inches, and I'm dead. Like depending on what you're shooting at.
Yeah, exactly, man. I don't know. Honestly,
like I have someone in my community who became a really good friend and got me back into Warhammer after I kind of had to get rid of my whole collection years ago. And painful story that one. But like, he plays Necrons, and there are certain units that are just like not good for certain reasons. Like my understanding in the Imperium is that the super tanks aren't really worth it because they don't have an invuln save, which makes them completely pointless against anything even remotely good in other people's armies. And the monoliths don't have them either for the Necrons. And one of my friends plays Tau. He joined the group, and he's a little bit sweaty. Anything he gets into, he really goes for the throat. And my friend with the Necrons was so happy to bring his new monolith over, and round one it just got killed by small arms fire because knowing how stratagems work and stuff like that. And it was just like could feel the mood just deflate. And it's like not that like both of my friends are equally new, so you can't really be like, man, go easy on them. It's like they're new as well. They just read up on stuff and how to do stuff. But the other person had a pretty bad experience because like took forever to get to this, and then they didn't get to play with it. So I can easily see how to new players the experience can be soured.
Completely. Now let's kill this shit.
Yep, let's do it.
Sorry, shit. Sometimes you just gotta nerd out,
I'm trying not to get revealed over here.
Say no more, bro.
I do thoroughly enjoy though that we get to talk about this stuff, because I don't really have too many friends either that enjoy Warhammer or anything like that. Dungeons and Dragons is probably what I would say my friends are most into.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping to, which by the way, since now we know that it's much further along, we can finally look into a date for us to do that. And I'm really hoping that Cream has a fun time with that, because it's going to be one of his first times doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to make sure like he has a good experience. I am on the catapults. I know they're archers, but I'm just gonna like let it go. Oh man, my sneaky gets don't have armor piercing. Weapon strength. Nope, I do have some armor piercing.
Great him! Ah! Drago's kicks! Draft break!
I know I can't win that fight, but maybe I can break their leadership. Awesome.
Boys! Up crew! Get me done!
Okay, their stone thrower is gone. Oh shit! Reinforcements on their way. I forgot about them. Oh goodness.
What, son? Stuck him!
Grimgor is dead.
Did you get him like just pop him in the open?
Yeah, I got it.
Varab Kazunkas! Scroon!
I'm gonna charge into these archers here. Bad charge for wolves with bows. Oh jeez. Looks like my goblins rallied. It's so fun watching the blunderbusses kill like trolls and ogres.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you notice that the blunderbusses have an actual reload animation now?
No, I didn't.
I usually have to mod that stuff in. Let's see. Blunderbusses have plenty of ammunition. If you keep causing those losses, they should be all running. Hey, JJ Coffee 99. Thanks for stopping in tonight, bud. Thanks for spending the time with us. Have a good rest. Actually starting to get a little close. But their morale is so low at this point. And there they go. Nicely done.
Thank you.